Hello, and welcome to W.A.T. News. It is June 1st, 2025. Your daily AI-powered roundup of today's most relevant headlines. Faster, smarter, and always on point. In cybersecurity news, in a significant blow to cybercriminal operations, the U.S. Department of Justice, in collaboration with international partners, seized 4 domains on May 27, 2025, as part of Operation Endgame. These domains, avcheck.net, Cryptor, Biz, and Cryptor Guru, were instrumental in providing crypting and counter-antivirus services, enabling malware developers to test and refine their malicious software to evade detection by security systems. AVCheck, in particular, was identified by Dutch authorities as one of the largest counter-antivirus services globally, facilitating cybercriminals in launching undetectable attacks. Undercover operations confirmed the use of these services by ransomware groups targeting victims in the U.S. and abroad. This coordinated takedown underscores the commitment of international law enforcement to disrupt the infrastructure supporting cybercrime at its core. By dismantling these services, authorities aim to curb the proliferation of sophisticated malware and protect potential victims worldwide. Several Democratic senators are urging the Department of Homeland Security to immediately reinstate the Cyber Safety Review Board, CSRB, a crucial body disbanded by the Trump administration earlier this year. In a formal letter to DHS Secretary Kristi Noem, Senators Warner, Wyden, Blumenthal, and Slotkin criticized the decision to terminate the board while it was actively investigating China's Salt Typhoon cyber attack on U.S. telecom firms. Originally modeled after the National Transportation Safety Board, the CSRB was established to conduct in-depth reviews of major cyber incidents and provide recommendations to strengthen U.S. digital defenses. Lawmakers argue that the board's dissolution has left a dangerous gap in national cybersecurity oversight, depriving both public agencies and private industry of critical insights. Former board members and security leaders have also voiced concerns, with calls for the CSRB to return as an independent and full-time body. The senators warned that further delays in reconstituting the board weaken the nation's cyber posture at a time of growing threats from state-sponsored actors like China and Russia. DHS has yet to respond formally, but internal officials have hinted that reinstatement could occur at the right time. Cybersecurity experts have uncovered a sophisticated global operation, codenamed Vicious Trap, that has compromised over 5,300 network edge devices across 84 countries by exploiting a critical vulnerability in Cisco small business routers. This attack chain utilizes a shell script known as NetGhost to silently redirect network traffic from infected devices, turning them into honeypot-like nodes for monitoring exploitation attempts and potentially collecting zero-day exploits. The operation has since evolved, targeting ASUS routers with another campaign, AES-Hush, which grants attackers persistent, stealthy access by abusing legitimate system features. Researchers link both campaigns to the same threat actor, believed to be Chinese-speaking and operating out of Malaysia, given IP overlaps and targeting patterns. These highly sophisticated tactics resemble those used by state-sponsored Advanced Persistent Threat (APT) groups and raise serious concerns about a looming large-scale botnet. Security agencies urge organizations to patch vulnerable devices, audit SSH configurations, and perform factory resets if compromise is suspected. In technology news, with just days to go, excitement is building for TechCrunch sessions. AI, kicking off June 5th at UC Berkeley's Zellerbach Hall. The event promises a concentrated dose of insight and innovation, featuring leaders from OpenAI, Anthropic, SAP, and Kozla Ventures in candid, high-impact discussions. Attendees can expect deep dives into frontier models, enterprise AI deployments, and startup funding dynamics, all delivered through keynotes, breakout sessions, and curated networking. One highlight includes Anthropic's Jared Kaplan discussing the next wave of frontier model development. Startups will also get the chance to pitch live to investors in the So You Think You Can Pitch session, gaining real-time feedback from top venture capitalists. With ticket discounts ending June 4th, this is the final window to save big and secure a spot at one of the year's most anticipated AI gatherings. Whether you're a founder, developer, or just passionate about the future of AI, this is a moment not to miss. A $50 robot dog from Temu has gone viral for being equal parts bizarre and hilarious. Dubbed Clippy, this knockoff version of Boston Dynamics' iconic RoboCanine comes with a back-mounted pellet turret, pretend urination mode, and a cacophony of absurd functions, like floor-humping dances, story time with incomprehensible narrators, and shrill sound effects. Wired's reviewer describes Clippy as a plastic destroyer of worlds, with its poorly built frame and controller that offers more confusion than control. Despite lacking functional AI, voice recognition, or even basic mobility like reverse, Clippy charms through sheer ridiculousness. Its attack feature launches soggy gel pellets with the force of a drippy ketchup bottle, while the handstand command usually ends in a robotic faceplant. Still, the robot dog has unexpectedly won the affection of the reviewer's child, proving that entertainment sometimes thrives in chaos, even if the bot is more comic relief than cutting-edge tech. SpaceX's Starship program continues to make headlines, not just for its ambitious goals, but for its frequent explosions. The latest test flight of the massive rocket ended in yet another fiery failure, prompting renewed questions about SpaceX's unconventional development process. Unlike traditional aerospace agencies like NASA, which avoid failure through cautious, methodical testing, SpaceX embraces a rapid, fail-fast, learn-faster approach. Experts like Wendy Whitman-Cobb note that this philosophy, while jarring to the public, mirrors agile software development and has enabled innovations like the reusable Falcon 9. The company insists these setbacks are expected and even necessary as it pushes toward creating fully reusable spacecraft for deep space missions. One recent explosion was traced to a preventable fuel line failure, raising concerns about quality control. But SpaceX remains committed to learning through iteration. As the stakes grow, so does the pressure to turn explosive lessons into lasting progress. In politics news, President Trump has announced a sharp escalation in trade policy, doubling tariffs on foreign steel and aluminum imports to 50%, a move aimed at safeguarding domestic manufacturing. The new tariffs are particularly significant for Japan's Nippon Steel, which is in talks to invest billions in U.S. steel as part of a controversial acquisition deal. While Trump once vowed to block the foreign buyout, he now supports a revised partnership model that retains U.S. control and headquarters in Pittsburgh. Critics warn the tariffs may inflate prices across sectors dependent on steel, from automotive to construction, but Trump argues they are essential to restoring American industrial strength. Union opinion remains split, with some steelworkers voicing cautious optimism about needed reinvestments in aging plants. The proposed $14 billion infusion from Nippon aims to modernize U.S. steel production, yet concerns about foreign ownership and national security persist. With steel prices already rising and midterm elections approaching, this high-stakes deal may shape the political and economic landscape well beyond Pennsylvania. FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino have publicly addressed allegations questioning Patel's commitment to his role, particularly rumors suggesting he spends more time at nightclubs than at the FBI headquarters. Bongino refuted these claims, stating that Patel arrives at the office by 6 a.m. and rarely leaves before 7 p.m., emphasizing his dedication to the Bureau's mission. These assertions were supported by FBI spokesperson Ben Williamson, who labeled the nightclub allegations as fabricated. Despite their efforts to reform the FBI and address high-profile cases, both Patel and Bongino have faced criticism from within the agency and from their political base. Their acknowledgement that Jeffrey Epstein died by suicide, contrary to popular conspiracy theories, has particularly alienated some supporters. Internally, their appointments have sparked concerns due to their lack of prior FBI experience and perceived political motivations. In response to these challenges, Patel and Bongino have initiated renewed investigations into unresolved cases, such as the 2023 White House cocaine discovery, the 2022 Supreme Court Dobbs decision leak, and the 2021 pipe bomb incidents near political party headquarters. These actions aim to demonstrate their commitment to transparency and restoring public trust in the FBI. As they navigate the complexities of leading the FBI, Patel and Bongino continue to balance internal agency dynamics with external political pressures, striving to redefine the Bureau's direction under their leadership. President Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Jared Isaacman initially unveiled an ambitious collaboration to support a new NASA mission, capturing the attention of the scientific and political communities. Isaacman, known for his work with SpaceX and his role as CEO of Shift 4, had been nominated by Trump to lead NASA. However, in a sudden reversal, Trump announced on social media that he is withdrawing Isaacman's nomination, citing a review of prior associations. The move follows weeks of scrutiny over Isaacman's close ties with Musk, who recently departed his government role at the Department of Government Efficiency. Despite Senate committee approval in April, the White House has yet to clarify the exact concerns prompting the withdrawal. Musk expressed disappointment, praising Isaacman as both competent and good-hearted. The future of the NASA mission remains uncertain as the administration searches for a new nominee to align with its America First in Space vision. Let's head over to Hector in the newsroom. Hector, over to you.
Thanks, George. Let's dive into the remaining top stories. In business news, in North Carolina, the dream of homeownership is slipping further out of reach for many residents. A recent Wall Street Journal report highlights how rising mortgage rates and surging property values are reshaping the housing landscape. One Chapel Hill home featured in the article changed hands 3 times over 14 years, doubling in price despite no major renovations. Today, the median home price in the state has climbed to $275,000, while mortgage rates have risen sharply, driving monthly payments significantly higher. This combination of inflation, limited supply, and wage stagnation is pushing first-time buyers and retirees alike out of the market. As affordability gaps widen, experts caution that even modest price slowdowns may not be enough to reverse the trend. The story reflects a broader national struggle, where the American dream of homeownership is increasingly defined by economic resilience and financial privilege. Elon Musk is pushing back against the perception that his advisory role in the Trump administration equates to full endorsement of its actions. In a CBS interview, Musk emphasized that while he agrees with many of the administration's goals, he cannot be held responsible for every decision it makes. His remarks come amid public scrutiny over his influence through the now-defunct Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, which he led to cut federal spending and streamline operations. Musk defended DOGE's work, but noted it had become a scapegoat for unrelated grievances, such as unfounded fears over Social Security cuts. Though his official government role has ended, Musk said he remains willing to advise President Trump when asked. The tech billionaire clarified that his goal has always been to provide expert insight, not political allegiance. His comments reflect an effort to separate his business and advisory roles from broader political controversies. United Airlines is set to make a bold return to JFK Airport through a landmark partnership with JetBlue Airways, reshaping the competitive landscape of New York's aviation sector. The agreement grants United access to valuable JFK slots and allows both airlines to sell seats on each other's flights, while offering shared loyalty perks and expanded route networks. Dubbed the Blue Sky Partnership, the deal will also enhance United's reach in the Caribbean and Florida and strengthen JetBlue's ability to compete with larger carriers like Delta. Although regulatory approval is still pending, the move is seen as a strategic play for both airlines. JetBlue secures a crucial cash boost, and United finally regains JFK presence after past withdrawal missteps. Flights under this new arrangement could begin as early as 2027, with immediate benefits like loyalty reciprocity rolling out sooner. Industry observers note that while the deal stops short of full operational coordination, It marks a significant shift following JetBlue's blocked merger with Spirit and its defunct alliance with American Airlines. In entertainment news, in a star-studded celebration on May 31st, actress and singer Hailee Steinfeld officially tied the knot with Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen in a romantic California wedding. The couple, who began dating in 2023, exchanged vows in a coastal ceremony surrounded by friends and family, with Hailee wearing a stunning strapless gown and veil, as confirmed by multiple outlets, including People and E! News. Their wedding follows a November 2024 engagement that the couple announced on Instagram, featuring a picturesque proposal in Malibu. While earlier conflicting reports caused confusion over their relationship status, the newlyweds have since confirmed their union and shared personal details about their journey in interviews and social media posts. The duo, known for keeping their romance largely private, have occasionally appeared together at public events, including the NFL Honors, where Allen credited Steinfeld as his rock. The ceremony marks a new chapter for the high-profile couple, blending the worlds of Hollywood and professional sports. Actor Devin Harjes, known for his gritty roles in Boardwalk Empire and Daredevil, has died at the age of 41. He passed away Tuesday in New York City due to complications from cancer, which he had been battling since the winter. Harjes was celebrated not only for his intense performances, including his portrayal of boxing legend Jack Dempsey in Boardwalk Empire, but also for his off-screen warmth, generosity, and dedication to his craft. Beginning his career in the Dallas-Fort Worth theater scene, Harjes eventually moved to New York, where he built a reputation through off-Broadway work and appearances in shows like Gotham, Blue Bloods, and Orange is the New Black. In addition to acting, he was passionate about horseback riding, martial arts, and animal care. His representative described him as a devoted friend and artist who always gave 100%. Harjes is remembered for his depth, discipline, and lasting impact on the screen and stage. Pax Jolie Pitt, the 20-year-old son of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, is recovering after a serious e-bike accident in late July left him briefly unconscious and hospitalized in the ICU. The crash occurred on Los Feliz Boulevard in Los Angeles, where Pax reportedly collided with a parked car while not wearing a helmet. He has since been moved out of intensive care and is beginning physical therapy to address what insiders describe as complex trauma. Angelina Jolie remained by her son's side throughout his hospital stay, joined by his siblings, who offered ongoing support. While Pax is said to be stable and improving, concerns have been raised over a pattern of similar incidents in his past, which friends describe as reckless behavior. Notably absent from the hospital was Brad Pitt, who has been estranged from Pax for years and reportedly remains unable to contact him despite his deep concern. The LAPD has confirmed no charges will be filed related to the crash. In world news, in a dramatic escalation of asymmetric warfare, Ukraine has executed a highly coordinated drone attack deep inside Russian territory, reportedly targeting up to 40 strategic bombers across multiple air bases. Dubbed Operation Spider's Web, the mission took 18 months to plan and involved smuggling drones via freight trucks into Russia for remote deployment. While Ukraine claims the assault caused $7 billion in damage, the symbolic blow may be even more significant, demonstrating that Kyiv still possesses both the will and capability to strike far beyond the front lines. Analysts say the loss of aircraft like the Tu-160, which are no longer in production, will be difficult, if not impossible, for Russia to recover from quickly. This bold move also sends a message to Western allies. Ukraine is not out of the fight and will not accept the narrative of inevitable defeat. As peace talks resume in Istanbul, the attack bolsters Ukraine's leverage and reasserts its strategic resilience. NATO has launched its first coordinated mission to safeguard undersea infrastructure after a series of suspected sabotage incidents targeting deep-sea fiber optic cables in the Baltic and Norwegian waters. The most recent disruption, which affected global internet traffic and involved Russian-linked vessels near the damaged site, prompted the alliance to initiate Operation Octopus and Baltic Sentry, two sweeping efforts to inspect and protect over 400 vital underwater cables. These cables are responsible for transmitting more than 90% of the world's internet and communication data, and any disruption can cripple economies and military communications. Investigations are focusing on 3 vessels, one sanctioned by the US and another detained by Sweden, with suspicions pointing toward Russia's shadow fleet tactics. NATO officials have not ruled out deliberate sabotage and warn of a broader campaign by Russia to destabilize Western infrastructure through covert means. While no definitive blame has been assigned, the incident escalates geopolitical tensions and reinforces NATO's commitment to protecting critical maritime assets in contested waters. 2 bridges in Russia's Bryansk and Kursk regions collapsed within hours of each other over the weekend, killing 7 people and injuring over 70. Initially attributed to soil displacement and poor weather, the Russian investigative committee later confirmed that both incidents were the result of deliberate explosions. The collapses caused major disruptions to rail infrastructure, derailing both a passenger and a freight train, and igniting suspicions of targeted sabotage amid rising tensions along the Ukraine border. While no official blame has been placed on Ukraine, some Russian officials labeled the attacks as acts of terror, occurring just days ahead of proposed peace talks in Istanbul. Emergency crews are working to clear debris and restore transport links, while Moscow has briefed President Putin on the situation. The timing and nature of the attacks raise fresh concerns about infrastructure vulnerability and escalating covert conflict in the region. That's your full briefing for today from W.A.T. News. If you found this briefing helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a headline. Until next time, stay sharp, stay safe, and stay curious.